The case of Ralph Stanley Elrod heads back to court in just 2 weeks, but not everyone's pleased with what could be coming.
Elrod is the man accused of shooting 2 Peach County deputies to death back in 2016 when the deputies arrived on his property. Now, the son of one of those slain deputies says he wants justice served, but he feels he may not get it. Chelsea Beimfor spent the day talking to Jacob Sondren. Chelsea joins us in studio to tell us what he had to say.
Yeah, Frank and Lori, I met with Jacob Sondren today at his father's gravesite. And while he knows nothing will ever bring his father back to life, he says there's one consequence for Elrod that would bring him some closure. Wind chimes sway in the breeze above Sergeant Patrick Sondren's grave in Magnolia Hills Cemetery.
Him not being here now is just beyond difficult.
His son sits next to his father's tombstone and reflects.
He was just the best father figure I could have asked for.
Sergeant Sondren and another Peach County deputy, Daryl Smallwood, were shot and killed in November of 2016 while responding to a dispute among neighbors. Ralph Stanley Elrod allegedly opened fire on the pair when they arrived at his home.
I think death penalty, personally, is the closest thing to closure, per se, or like I said, justice that we could receive.
But Sondren says now Elrod may cheat death.
He pretty much told us that he was pursuing a plea deal instead of a death penalty, and that didn't really sit well with myself or my family.
Sondren says last week he and his mother met with District Attorney David Cook. He says Cook told them he's offering Elrod a plea deal.
It was 2 sheriff deputies that were killed in the line of duty, and we live in a state where we have the death penalty, but the district attorney, who's elected to represent us to the full extent, is not pursuing that death penalty.
Amy Lee Womack with the district attorney's office says we're not allowed to comment on even the possibility of a plea negotiation in any case. We'll be ready to proceed at our next scheduled hearing.
We know we're not 100% sure of receiving the death penalty, even if it went to trial. It's just the fact that we want to make the effort and to just put a little bit of effort into trying.
Now, we also reached out to the Smallwood family and Elrod's defense attorney, Frank Hogue, who have not returned our requests for comment. Frank and Lori, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Chelsea. Womack says there is a motions hearing scheduled for Elrod. That'll take place on September the 6th.